Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 and 14. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Jesus is telling us through this passage, he says, enter through the narrow gate. And the reason he is giving, he says that wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. Jesus has not called us to walk the way the worldly people are walking. Worldly people may like to walk on the broad way, but Jesus has called us to separate us from the rest of the world. He says that I have chosen you from the world. We are in the world, but we are not of the world. So the Lord has chosen us. He has separated us from the rest of the people, and He has given a new name to us. He has separated us from the rest of the world. He has given us a new kind of thinking, a new way of living our lives. We cannot behave the way worldly people behave. We cannot judge the way worldly people judge, for the Lord has separated us from the rest of the world. And the same Lord is talking to us. He says, enter through the narrow gate. The narrow gate is the road which leads to life, and there are very few people who will find it, because most of the people, they don't want to walk on the narrow road. The narrow road is the way that leads to life, the way that takes us to the throne of grace, the way that God Himself has established for us, the way that God has prepared for us to walk, to receive the eternal blessings. For the eternal blessings are not for all the people in this world, but it's only for those people who walk on the narrow road. So are you ready to walk on the narrow way? If you are, then you will have to pray, Lord, I do not want to be conformed by the standards of this world, but I want you to change me, to renew my heart and mind daily, so that I could know your divine will. I may be strengthened in my soul and spirit to walk on the way that you have prepared for me, so that I may never ever be found on the broad way, and I will find my destiny in Jesus' name. May the Lord bless you.